Hey YouTube, this is my second update on my build of the two KA-3 Skywarriors for my USS Enterprise project. So picking up where I left off, just working my way along those seams, basically just tape on either side of them and then clean them up with some files, and again, just it's cleaning up really nicely. Working my way along the bottom, these three pieces are just dry fit in there. Look at, everything just, all I'm going to have to do is just touch some glue to those. I will have to fill ejection pin marks on both sides. I had to fill in front of the pilots there, filling those ejection pin marks on these bottom pieces. The seams all the way around both planes are completely done. I'm pretty happy with the way they came out. You can see that nose there. So it's like that all the way around. And then all these parts that go into the bottom, I've got those done and kind of ready to go. And the reason I'm keeping them on their bases is to keep track of which one's which. So that's the EKA, and that has the electronic thing at the tip of the tail. And that's the KA. Because now, once I get those bottom pieces in, then it's the pieces specific to each kit. So for instance, on the EKA landing gear, it has that big like nacelle on it, whereas on the landing gear on just the KA has a different type of nacelle, you can see. So one has K7 that goes on there, and the other one has E14. So, that's just an example. EKA has all these, nacelles that go on the sides. And so this whole, sprue. Yeah, so that's why I've got them, and I'm gonna kind of do one at a time, from this point forward, and then, do one, then catch the next one, the other one up. I have looked everywhere. I don't know how, but somehow, probably over the years, remember, I've had these kits sitting around for easily 10 years now, and every once in a while I would open them up and look at them. Somehow I lost one of the inner pieces to the engines. So with this and this, I recreated that. The insides of those engines are going to be a little bit different on one of them. Yeah, I don't know how that happened. Can't get away from the scratch building no matter what I do. This is all just dry fitted, but that's my replacement engine piece, and then that's the kit piece. So, it's pretty doggone close. I think once all that's painted, I'm not gonna be able to tell a difference. Here's all the engine parts all cleaned up and ready for paint. Here's all those bottom pieces put in, and basically what I did was just lay them in there, and then just touch the extra thin cement, and then just kind of held them together. Now that back piece on both of them doesn't line up perfectly, so I've got it in the center. But as long as it's consistent on both, then I'm okay. So yeah, but the fit on that stuff is just awesome. I'm cleaning up these refueling probe receptacles. And then look, an actual piece of flash on the edge of this part. So far, this is the only piece I've come across with any flash at all. And again, for a lot of this stuff that goes on the EKA, you have to drill the holes, for instance, for that canoe thing, these two holes here, and then it goes over that refueling receptacle so that you end up with, something like that. So you can see the holes there on the side, waiting for some more stuff. I think I'll have some to drill back there for those other nacelles, I guess I'm calling them. All right, this is interesting. So there's this piece on the side, this nacelle, and the refueling probe for the actual plane is supposed to come out of there. And they show it like that. They show that K3 as a piece with the pipe coming out, but it doesn't. And I think what has to happen, so let's see. So J4 comes out of there, which is this one. So I think this has to be cut something like that, and then that should have a thing on it. Yep, it does. Okay, so that will go into that hole and into there. So I got to cut that off. All these are just dry fitted on there, but damn, they fit nice. So that's what I got to do there. All right, that's my fix. That's glued in there. I think it's straight. That's all held in and together with the Tamiya Ultra Thin. So I'll let that dry and solidify, and then, you know, touch it with a little filler or what have you. But yeah, I'm happy with the way that came out. And again, these pieces just fit great. But that did require some surgery and some work. Just touched a little super glue into those gaps on that refueling probe, and I'll let that fully dry and then sand it. Yeah, so there, I think you can see that's all one nice, one solid piece to the nacelle, so to speak. So I'm pretty happy with the way that came out. Now I'm just finishing up with all the little parts, and then crossing those off. And I think next I'm going to do all these parts on the bottoms of the wings before I put the wings on. Before I put those detail pieces on, let me find a good reflection. I have to treat that gouge next to that light. I don't want to sand down to it. I have to fill it in. That's the one bummer about this fairly soft plastic, is it gouges easily. And I've gone back and forth about how I want to address that, and I think I'm going to use putty. So here's those pieces that go under the wing. So let those dry, and then the wings will be ready for the engines. All right, and there's the other wing, but that one is waiting. I still have to sand that to fix that divot. All right, it's Sunday evening, and another full weekend of modeling. So I have the fuselages done. There's the EKA, and again, the wings are on there temporarily, as are the back wings. But all the seams are done. Got the stuff on the bottom of the wings, the stuff in the wheel wells. On this one, the canoe on the bottom, and the refueling retraction area. So yeah, so that's one down. And so basically I've got all the landing gear parts, and then little parts left to go or ready to go. But now I'm going to tape them. So I'll show you the KA in a second. But basically I'll do all the painting. I have to mask the canopies, and then do some painting, and then some assembly. Same thing on those engines. So some of those parts require painting before I assemble the engines. So now I'll show you the KA. There's the KA, and again, you know, still have to, the wings are just dry fit on there. Still have to clean up that patch on the top. I'm letting that fully dry. Yeah, this one is a little more straightforward. That the refueling thing on the bottom is pretty much the only thing on the bottom. Again, did the stuff on the bottom of the wings. So that one's, you know, like I said, ready to go. And there's the stuff waiting for it after it's masked and everything. So that's where I'm at. It's another Sunday night. And made really good progress this weekend and on my KA-3 Skywarrior and EKA-3 Skywarrior. So once again, thanks for watching and happy modeling.